Hey guys, welcome back to the Anderson Family Channel. You know who it is, Miss Angel Baby, and I'm back on the stream. That's right, y'all. I'm back on the stream. Today we're gonna be talking about Love by Erica. She dropped part 4 of her video, and so I really want to just go over everything that was discussed in the video, y'all. And it's just so heartbreaking. But anyway, before we get started, if you are new here, don't be new here, be true here. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you guys are all subscribed. Join the family and make sure you guys hit that notification bell. So anytime we drop a video, a stream, anything, no matter what it is, y'all are going to be notified. Period. Okay, so let's just get right into it, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, part 4 of Love by Erica's video was really hard for me to watch. It really exposed a lot of things. And before we even start talking about any of these things, everything in this video is obviously alleged. Alleged, guys. Anything else is strictly my opinions, my thoughts, my perception. So we'll go ahead and clear that up right away. Okay. Like I said, listening or watching Love by Erica's part 4 was really hard. And all I want to say is I just want to thank her for really sharing her, her story, her truth, because like, believe it or not, a lot of women or anybody, a lot of people needed to hear part 4. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times women will just hide the fact, and men too. Men get abused too. Will hide the fact that they are being abused. So when somebody comes out and they tell their story, it definitely, you don't know how many people that you have probably encouraged to either get out of a toxic situation or to either come forward and tell their truth. So, I mean, number part 4 was a very important video. And so we're just going to go ahead and jump into it. So Love by Erica, you know, with the abuse, Love by Erica basically just says, like she kept forgiving. She kept forgiving Mucker and she kept forgiving Mucker. Reason why is she's saying because she didn't want to be embarrassed or humiliated. Because she brought Mucker to YouTube. I'm pretty sure as well too that it was because, she wanted to have something with Mucker. You know, Erica did, say that she did look at Mucker as a potential husband at that time. So, I mean, it even came to the point to where, Erica says that she suggested counseling. And Mucker told her that we're not there yet. And Erica said that she always wanted to know, what did that mean? What did that mean? Well, for me, the way that I took it, when he's saying that like he's not there, we're not there, is basically like this relationship is not that serious to where it needs counseling. Like I'm not trying to be in it like that. We don't need no counseling. So that's pretty much like what I took from it, um, in my opinion. So yeah. So like I said, basically, it just seems like he's saying the relationship is not worth the counseling. So, not that deep. But to Love by Erica, obviously, her feelings were way more deeper than what Mucker's feelings were. Okay, now, Erica even said that she tries to get Mucker into the church. She tried to get Mucker to reading the Bible. And y'all, Mucker says, allegedly, Mucker's saying that he doesn't believe in God. Are you kidding me? The same man who does church in his living room and always talks about God in all his videos and always refers to everything to God. By the way, he needs to quit playing with God. He doesn't believe in God. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's how he sways his audience, making people think that he's so holy and sanctified. So, that's really interesting to me. So with Love by Erica is basically this constant battle within their relationship, arguing over their faith in God. And that's really crazy. That is just such a toxic situation, so negative, and it just can suck the energy out of somebody. Um and Love by Erica alleges that, Mucker says that he's smart enough to know that the God does not exist. He's smart enough to know that. So he says he reads the Bible and he knows that that stuff is not true, allegedly. Okay. So Mucker would always make excuses to why he don't want to go to church, why he can't go to church. So, I mean, that's the man. That's the one that talks about God in every single video. So that's interesting. So let's get to the little key situation. Because remember in the last video where Mucker was saying, give it 2 weeks, I'll give you my key, I'll give you my password. So Erica, she said that she mentioned it to him. I know that's right. She said, where's the key? So eventually, and then she said he eventually gives her the key. She said he gave her the password too, but she could never find the phone. So what was the point of that? That didn't make any sense. So she says, Love by Erica says that she put the key to the test. So she pops up at Mucker's house one night and she opens the door and she says he just gets angry. And he immediately says, leave. He tells her to leave, according to Love by Erica. She says she had the boys with her, and she said that she lives almost an hour away. Basically, she said 38, 45 minutes. That's almost an hour away. And, he just wants her to leave. So, which is crazy to me. So she leaves. Erica said that Mucker would also ask her for mental breaks. So that right there leads me to believe that there's a lot more going on, which we obviously know that this man is not, he's not really all there. My perception is he's not really all there. There's a lot going on. So, wow. So he would tell her he needs some mental breaks. So, like I said, you guys, when people, they do tell you that they need mental breaks, you might want to listen though, okay? Because even though Erica said she was quiet, some people, they just want to be alone. You know what I mean? They don't want to even know that anybody's around them or under the same roof. It's obviously that Mucker, like I said, he has something going on. And I am glad that she ended up leaving because there was something that Mucker knew that obviously Erica didn't know at that time. So I'm really happy that she ended up leaving. So when she did leave, Mucker texts her, blowing up her phone, acting all possessive and controlling, right? So basically, what these texts show is basically a very controlling individual. Now, Erica did say that Mucker had full control of her body, her mind, and her soul. Remember what I told you guys? That's basically pimping right there. That's all you need is control over somebody's body, mind, and soul. When you have that, you could do just about anything with a person. You can make anybody do anything when you have full control over them like that. So, and also these so-called pimps, they like to treat their women like property. Erica, she did say that she tried to leave him multiple times, but you guys know, then that's where it goes, the typical I'm sorries. And she said she would fall for it every time. Why? In my opinion, maybe, at the time, low self-esteem, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing your worth. And also she did say embarrassment. So when you've been emotionally, guys, when you've been emotionally, mentally, and physically beat down, okay, just think about it. Just imagine how you would feel, okay? If somebody did all these terrible things to you, or even just like, just say your daughter. I couldn't even imagine, okay? Just wow. So according to those screenshotted messages, Mucker, in my opinion, is a very scary person. He plays mind games and he's very childish, y'all. You know what I'm saying? He told her something like in between the lines of, "Remember, you ignored me, so don't get mad when I ignore you," or something like that. That's just so childish. Mucker also admitted to, this is alleged, having unprotected sex with other women. So Love by Erica says that Mucker did not want to be questioned. So let me get this straight. He cheats and she takes him back, but she's still emotionally messed up. And Mucker just wants to stop talking about it, and he just wants to get over. He wants her to get over it. A complete narcissist. Wow. That's what that is. That sounds very familiar. Let's just brush everything under the rug. Let's not talk about it. That's what he's doing now with this situation. Sounds very familiar, y'all. So you just have to look at the pattern, right? It's basically the same thing. He has repetitive narcissist behavior, in my opinion. So let's get to these YouTube videos, okay? So Love by Erica, I guess she put the videos on private, whatever. Mucker didn't see the videos. He thought that she erased them. So he calls her up, asks her what happened with the videos. She just tries them, tells him that she got rid of them. He goes, "Did you just put them in private or did you get rid of them?" Erica says, "I got rid of them." Because she wanted to see his reaction. And she said he got pissed off. He was really upset. His reaction should have just told her everything right there. But she told him, she was just playing with him. And he was like, "Why would you do that?" So that right there just goes to show you that this man probably, in my opinion, he probably would do anything. He would have did anything to get that YouTube channel up and off the ground and running. Anything. And what I don't understand, you guys, through all this stuff that's been going on, why hasn't Mucker is just so, this what irritates me. He has not one time apologized to Erica about after she put out these recordings. Why? Because he's upset with her, because he's a narcissist. He feels like this shouldn't even come out. But he should be apologizing, whether she's exposing him or not. That would show that he's really sorry, y'all. He won't even apologize. And she's bringing all these receipts forward. This is ridiculous. This man, this is crazy. It's just so crazy. So, Love by Erica talks about being recorded in their most intimate moments. Mucker being the creep. Being a creep, a complete creep. So we'll say alleged. Okay? A complete creep. He takes out the phone, he turns on the light, he records her for a few seconds, whatever. My opinion, we know what he was going to do with those recordings. He's going to blackmail her. He's going to try to do something with those recordings, in my opinion. Love by Erica says that she told him to erase the recordings. He never did it in front of her, so she doesn't know where the whereabouts of those recordings. She doesn't know, like, if he's gonna ever release them or what. It wouldn't surprise me if he did release them. It wouldn't surprise me if he still had them. I mean, a person like that, I would not expect anything more, nothing else from them but that. So I'm pretty sure he probably still does have the recording. So that's just a creep. That's just so disgusting. In my opinion, that's so gross. That's disgusting. So Erica says that he would call her names like dumb, retarded, stupid, no class. And Erica did break down when she spoke about these things. He would tell her, "You're not smarter than me." Erica always said that Mucker would make fun of her weight after she had her baby. Now I know he got a lot of talking about somebody's weight. Um, Erica says that, she neglected herself, her home. She describes a time when, Mucker comes over to help her do some unboxing to an apartment, and he's just basically trying to control everything, making her throw her baby stuff away. And it's a big fight about it, and that's just really weird to me. Why are you trying to throw the baby stuff away? Like, why? What the baby do? Why are you trying to take it out on the baby? You know what I'm saying? That's just so weak, so weak. So now, here we go. Mucker starts to, according to Love by Erica, he starts to cuss her out now. So we're getting a little further in the abuse. So this is how it starts, you guys. It will start off with just like few name calling. They're going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing to see how far they can go. Okay? So once you forgive them, then they're going to go the next time. It's going to get even worse and even worse. If anybody's in a situation to where they're out there and they're in a domestic violence situation, or you're in any situation to where you are being abused, please get out of that situation. You know what I'm saying? There's all kind of support out there. There's all kind of help. And I know that there are some domestic violence shelters out there that could possibly just take you in and try to help you. I know me in the past, years ago, you know what I mean? Myself, I was in a domestic violence shelter. This was years, way years before me and my husband started going together because I was in a domestic violence situation. And I'm telling you, it's very helpful. They will help you get on your feet. You guys don't ever feel like you have to be in a domestic violence situation. And I'm just saying that, Mucker and Love by Erica was not living together, but there's a lot of people who feel like they cannot get out of a relationship because they are living with the person they are taking care of them. There's always help. It's not worth it. I just had to put that in there, you guys. Let me continue. Okay, so now he starts to cuss at her. And this time he tells her, shut the F up, you dumb asshole. Before he would call her, bitches or whatever, black this, black that. Black this, black that. That is so weird to me, considering he's always the one that's saying we got to do better as black people. And I'm tired of hearing that. Like, I'm tired of him saying that. Like, what the hell? You need to do better as a man, period. Like, you need to keep your hands to yourself. You know what I mean? You probably should be locked up somewhere, in my opinion. Like, that is not okay. That is not okay. I wonder how many other women that this fool has freaking abused. And I know that his little girlfriend knows about this damn abuse because a little something had came out a while ago when she was with the crier man about how Love by Erica was at one point being abused. And she still goes to that man with her children, talking about that Creole chick. Speaking of that, why is her name Creole Bay? Let me just say that for a second. Why is her name Creole Bay? She is not from Louisiana. She might have been born there. She is not from Louisiana. Do y'all notice how her voice goes in and out? She does not have a Louisiana accent. When she first came, she tried to have one. Now, like, it's just Texas accent. But like I said, she ain't from no Louisiana. She's from Texas. But anyway, we're gonna keep going with that. That just really irritates me. It just really irritates me for another woman to co-sign on a despicable, abusive, just abuser. You're co-signing it. Basically by being with him. Remember, y'all, everything is alleged, my opinion, perception. Because I know these fools are gonna try to find something to run with. Something. So basically, Erica, she said she forgave him every time. So Mucker feels justified in what he's doing. He feels justified in what he's doing. Period. And every time she takes him back, it gets a lot worse. Now he wanted to break her down until she felt like she needed him no matter what. And that's sad. Now, little things, Love by Erica alleges that would tick Mucker off. You know what I'm saying? Like she described a point in time where she accidentally slammed his dryer door. He got so upset. That she just felt the vibe was off. So now this right here, y'all, I'm sick to my stomach. Absolutely sick to my stomach. He starts to get up really, really in one of them moods. I guess she can tell tonight is the night. So she gets her stuff, her wet clothes out of that dryer. She puts it in the trash bag, according to Love by Erica. And she's trying to make her way out of it. Mucker sees her trying to leave in a peaceful manner. So he wants to rush her out. Poor kids, she's getting the babies together. Her son is getting his shoes on. How heartbreaking. So, she has the kids in the car at this point. I guess for whatever reason, she needs to get the rest of her stuff. Erica comes back in the house. So, I guess it's just everything that, Mucker had did is now coming to a boiling point. So basically, Love by Erica says that, she doesn't really have anything to show for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man basically just took and took and took from her. And she said that basically, she said she was broke. She said that she went broke messing with this man. Y'all hear me? Broke. I think she said she only had like 27 cents to her name. Now that's broke, y'all. So Lil Erica says, I'm cash at me or I'm deleting your YouTube channel. Now that right there, you guys, is where things I feel like was in God's hand. I feel like it was only God, in my opinion, the only reason why Love by Erica is probably able to tell her story. She got an intuition. She knew something was off. So Erica alleges that she got on the phone and she started talking to her mentor, which is a great idea. If you guys are ever in a situation, try to get on the phone with somebody, even if it's secretly, whatever. Let somebody hear that. Let somebody hear so somebody can get help or somebody can know what's going on, period. So she has her mentor on the phone. So basically, it just becomes like what Love by Erica described as like basically a freaking wild struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like they're on the ground and they're wrestling over the phone. She's ready to delete the YouTube channel. And he's like, no, like this is crazy. This is insane. Wow. So I could just imagine, just what was going on. If y'all could just picture them two struggling on the ground over a phone. She trying to delete the YouTube channel and he's just like, give me that phone, you know what I'm saying? So she said he runs over and he eventually changes the password, right? So she said at that point, she's like, I have nothing else. So she said she picked up an expensive watch. So I'm pretty sure she probably said something like, oh, you don't want to cash out me? Because he did tell her, I'm not giving you nothing. She probably was like, okay, so this is my payment. So he got so furious. This animal, okay, Love by Erica alleges that this animal literally ran over to her and freaking grabs her in a headlock, picks her up off the ground. She says she cannot breathe at this point. He has her like in a backwards headlock. She's up off the ground. And could you imagine this big old cornbread man just has you up in the air with your feet off the ground? And at this point, you're thinking like, this is it. This is it. Is this how I'm going to leave? Like, she probably was thinking that. Like, my kids are in the car. Like, I have to get out of this. What is going to happen to my children if I do not get out of this? What is he going to do? So it's a good thing the whole time she said she's on the phone with her mentor. So he drops her. Like, kind of not like just lets her go, but like drops her. Like garbage. in my mind, you guys, what I'm thinking, my perception is like this man, this animal, whatever you want to call him, was going to go further. Like he was about to do something. I feel like he was right there, and he snapped out of it because he realized that there was somebody on the phone, there was a witness, and then her children was in the car, and it would have just been way more. I just can't even imagine, y'all. I just can't even freaking imagine what he could have done. So for whatever reason, I'm glad that he let her go. Then this is what's really creepy. Could you imagine? You're on the ground and you're trying to breathe, and this thing gets on the ground next to you. And I know he probably was breathing hard and sweating. And he whispers, I told you I'm not that nigga, dude. That's crazy. That is so crazy. Erica says that she had at one point mentioned to his parents about his behavior. They basically made an excuse for his behavior, co-signed it, whatever. But so what really got to me, y'all. So Erica's leaving. She gets in the car. She figures out she can't find her keys. She's looking for her keys. Mucker sucker won't let her back in the house. So her older son, the older one, he figures out what's going on and he's crying. That literally broke me down, y'all. That broke my heart. I couldn't imagine. This poor child is being traumatized. And he is helpless. He loves his mama. His mama takes care of him. His mama's all he has right now, Like he's with his mama. And she's being hurt by somebody that he thought was friendly with them. Can you imagine how that would just mess up a child's mind? And Erica alleges that Mucker didn't give a damn. He did not give a damn. He did not care about her son crying at all. And that really breaks my heart. So she said that he just kept telling her to leave. He would not budge. So she basically had to call his mom to let her back in, to let her back in the house, y'all. So Lil Erica says once she gets in the house and she asks him, don't you think you need to apologize? And he was like, no. For what? Wow. A complete narcissist. And that's where she ended part 4. I don't understand. I really don't understand how people think that this is okay. This is the world that we live in. Believe it or not, people are actually insinuating that somehow Erica deserves it because of the things that she's done, and that is not okay. Nobody ever deserves to be treated like that. Nobody. Now, I said the whole time that I know that there's something about Mucker. I knew that. And I always stayed firm on that. Even when I was being attacked, I still stayed firm on that. Never bent, never nothing. I was never swayed, no matter what people said. Some of y'all need to think. Some of y'all need to realize the bigger picture. Now, you know what? Like Creole Bay, you know what I'm saying? Like she don't even deserve that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what's going on. What if he done put his hands on her? What if he done put his hands on her? You don't know. We don't know that. Maybe she need to get out the situation too. Maybe that's why she's not speaking up. Maybe that's why she's not talking about it. Because you remember how I used to tell Love by Erica, don't mention it. Don't mention it. Maybe she's in a situation. I don't know. But what I do know is that men like this, they should be in jail. In my opinion, I think men like this should be in jail. That is abusive. You know what I'm saying? That could have been Love by Erica's last night. That could have been his. It just seems like her future, just like her existence, was in his hand. So we thought, but I think it was bigger than that. God was not going to let Mucker take Erica away from her children. That God that he wanted to deny saved Erica and her children's life. Now that's all I got to say for this stream. This stream is very touchy situation, and it is draining, and it does take a lot of energy out of you. But I just hope that that Love by Erica's video, this video, anybody that's going through something, just know that there is a way out, and God is real. And God is love, and God does take care of his children. Just remember that. People that sit there and they play with God, God knows. God knows. And people like that, no. You guys always remember that saying? Well, I know I used to hear that from my grandmother. God don't like ugly. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. Thank you for listening to the stream, y'all. Make sure you guys subscribe, comment, like. Your comments are welcome. Let's just keep them respectful, guys. And let's just, get all your thoughts and opinion, because I absolutely do want to know your guys' thoughts and opinion. Love by Erica is supposed to be dropping part 5. So we'll see how far part 5 is going to go. But anyway, y'all, until next time, peace out.